all the writings, all the history, the story of this movement. This action must be examined over and over. We did not want this kind of ending. We wanted to live, to shine, to bring light to a world that is dying for a little bit of love. There is a quiet as we leave this world. The sky is gray. People file by us slowly and take somewhat the bitter drink. Many more of us drink. A tiny kitten sits next to me, watching. A dog barks. Birds gather on the telephone wire. Let all the story of this people's temple be told. If nobody's understanding, it matters not. I'm ready to die. Now darkness settles over Jonestown on his last days on earth. Anonymous letter written by a member of the People's Temple. Jim Jones, a controversial and was persuasive to his followers in a way no one's ever seen before. According to R. Russ, February 2001, on November 18, 1978, in a remote South African jungle, a compound called Jonestown, in British Ghana, 909 followers of Jim Jones participated in a mass suicide. This is what Jones said to be a revolutionary suicide. Jim Jones began the People's Temple in the 50s with just a few members. By the 70s, it peaked to over 8,000 members. It appealed to many with equality among age, race, and social status. Jones was a popular community activist who donated cash and organized volunteers to support many causes and political leaders. No one could ever imagine him to be so devious until it was too late. Jim Jones was a controversial and persuasive speaker who had a huge impact on many lost lives. First, we're going to tell you why we chose Jim Jones as a speaker. Next, we'll tell you how Jim Jones demonstrated speaking skills used in our class. And last, I will tell you how his commanding speaking persuaded us to choose him and taught us a valuable lesson in return. Now, Jenny's going to start by telling you why we chose Jim Jones as our speaker.
We chose Jim Jones as our speaker because he had a dream and he worked hard to make it come true. He had a vision of an integrated society where everyone would be treated as equals. Unfortunately, as he grew more and more powerful, he took advantage of his followers, which taught us a lesson we'd like to share with you. Let's start at the beginning by telling you a little bit about Jim Jones. Jim Jones was born in Crete, Indiana, May 13, 1931. He was a very strange child who didn't fit well with others. In interviews for a 2007 documentary, Jonestown, The Life and Death of People's Temple, childhood acquaintances Phyllis and Chuck Wilmore recalled Jones as being a really weird kid who was obsessed with religion, obsessed with death, and claimed that he had frequently held small funerals for animals and that he had stabbed a cat to death. Jim Jones was also a very intelligent child. He was an avid reader and he studied Joseph Stalin, Karl Marx, Mahatma Gandhi, and Adolf Hitler, noting their strengths and weaknesses. Jones graduated Richmond High School early with high honors. In 1951, he moved to Indianapolis, where he attended Butler University, earning a degree in secondary education. Jim Jones started a family. In 1949, he married a nurse named Marcelin Baldwin. Jim and Marcelin adopted several children of different races. He referred to this as his rainbow family and stated, "Integration is a more personal thing with me now. It's a question of my son's future." In June 1959, Jim and Marcelin had their only biological child, Stephen Gandhi Jones. In 1961, they became the first white couple in Indiana to legally adopt a black child. Wikipedia. Jim Jones used religion to build his integrated society. He first began learning about being a church leader in a Methodist church. In 1952, he became a student pastor in a Methodist church. He later left the church because leaders barred the integration of blacks in the church. Jones decided he would open his own church, but he would have to raise money. He witnessed a faith healing at a Baptist church which attracted many people and their money. He concluded that if he could provide such healings, he could achieve his social goals. He even sold pet monkeys door to door to raise money for his new church. Jones finally began his church, which would be called the People's Temple Full Gospel. Everyone was welcome, no matter what age, race, and social status. The church began in Indiana, but was relocated to California where he thought he would be more accepted. After the move to California, Jim Jones gained more and more followers. He traveled in Greyhound buses all over the country, targeting college students and the elderly. He spoke at schools, promising food, shelter, and work.
Now that we've told you why we've chosen Jim Jones, and shared with you some of the story, it will educate you of the speaking qualities he possessed.
Jim Jones used key communication concepts to capture his audiences. To establish credibility and ethos, he made promises and he followed through with them. He opened himself up to his followers. He spoke. Feeling as an outcast at an early age, I developed a sensitivity for the problems with blacks. I brought the only black man in the town home to my house, and my dad said, "He cannot come in," and I said, "Then I shan't." And I didn't speak to my dad for many years. Jonestown, the life and death of People's Temple. He preached, "If you want me to be your friend, I will be your friend. If you want me to be your father, I will be your father. If you want me to be your savior, I will be your savior. If you want me to be your God, I will be your God." To exhibit logos, he provided an environment where people of all ages, races, and social status were welcome. Brian Kravitz, a Temple member, said,